All right, you're coming with me. Hi everybody, welcome to GameGorgon. My name is Krug.
And I'm not Krug.
Objection! And today we're here to talk to you about an Epic Games lawsuit that is currently undergoing trial that is kind of interesting and weird and has some interesting ramifications, I think.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Back in 2017, Epic Games sued 2 people for being involved with Fortnite hacking. Turns out, one of them is a 14-year-old.
Yeah, that's, for those of you that don't know, that's a minor in the United States, which is where this is going on.
We should also say right off the bat that neither one of us have any sort of law degree and are only going off of what we've looked up.
I have a PhD in law.
No, you don't.
That's true.
The mom sends a letter to the judge trying to get her son acquitted. This letter contains some pretty funny text.
Yeah, so first of all, this has nothing to do with the legal part of this discussion, but in the letter, she said the phrase allegedly, or alleged allegations.
Alleged allegations.
Which I just found hilarious, and I just thought I'd show it to you on the screen because I think it looks funny. It sounds like somebody trying to talk like a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know? Like the alleged allegations, like.
That's a non-lawyer trying to sound lawyer.
Yeah.
She probably should have had a lawyer look at it.
She probably should have had.
Objection! So the mom has made a couple points which Epic has tried to counter. Her first 2 points that we're going to talk about is her son did not read the EULA and is too young to consent to them anyways. And kind of following up on that, she also goes on to say that she did not read the EULA and she did not consent to them. This kind of goes back to the whole he's a minor kind of a problem.
Which they're both probably true, to be completely honest. But from Epic's perspective, it seems like there is past precedent to say that a minor is bound by terms of a EULA when they take advantage of whatever the EULA is providing. So this kid did play the game, he did get to enjoy the experience, and so therefore he has to be bound by the thing, regardless of the other situations. And there's actually some interesting cases that were mentioned in the article that's going to be linked in the show notes. One of them has to do with some students of a school that were trying to sue a company for keeping their work on an anti-plagiarism site. And they were trying to say, well, even though your EULA says that you're going to keep it, doesn't apply to us because we're minors. And the courts ended up saying, that's really stupid. You guys can just shove right off.
Probably should have had a lawyer look at it.
The world would be chaos if any minor could agree to anything online
and then not be bound
and
by
then not be bound by the things and still take advantage of whatever it is that they're there to take advantage of, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, not a lawyer.
I have a PhD in law.
But I don't see the courts kind of agreeing with that because then you're just opening up the doors to every minor just ignoring EULA.
Although, to be fair, it is my personal opinion that the kind of age verification practices on the internet are incredibly stupid.
They are very lax.
Like, there has to be a better way of doing that. We have so much technology at our disposal. Why don't we just do something better?
The mom's next points have to do with the cheats themselves. She goes on to saying that Epic Games should be suing the cheat developers and not the cheat users. She also says, kind of along those lines, her son used the cheats, he did not develop them.
Right.
So he shouldn't be sued?
Right, which their EULA doesn't say you're not allowed to develop cheats for our game. It says you're not allowed to modify our game, and by using somebody else's pre-packaged cheating application, you're modifying the game. So I think this is also going to go the way of Epic, to be honest. I really,
unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think that really the originator of the cheat matters.
Unfortunately, as much as I would love to side with the mom on something here, I'm trying, Mom. I'm trying.
I mean,
but
same.
I don't see a whole lot you have to be standing on right now.
Yep.
Her next point is Epic released her son's name, which is illegal to do for a minor in her state. And I think is illegal in a lot of states.
Probably most states, yeah. I have a PhD in law.
She's bringing up, like, Epic has released the name of her son, and they weren't supposed to do that, and she was not happy about that. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, Epic basically said, like, one, they didn't release the name in any of their complaints or any of their filings for this case, and two, whether or not they released the name elsewhere is irrelevant to this case, which it is. Whether or not they did something wrong in releasing the child's name doesn't affect the ruling of this specific case. Maybe the mother could go after them in a separate case for like doing this thing that they weren't supposed to do and
Yeah.
putting her son in a position. And honestly, if it caused that kid, regardless of whether or not he's guilty of this, any kind of problem with people on the internet, because I know that that can get way out of hand really fast.
it
I
does.
absolutely think they should go after them. But
The mom might have her own separate case, but it doesn't really
Yeah.
help her current
her
case.
current case, the one
with
that we're talking about.
The one that she has to deal with right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like maybe she gets a countersuit later.
Yep.
If they find that Epic really was responsible for releasing the name of a minor when they weren't supposed to be releasing the name of a minor.
Right. And then at the same time, and this is where the fact that neither of us have law degrees come into play. I have a
So-
PhD in law. I don't know if that changes for like court documentation. You know what I mean? Because some of it's like public, and like, do you need to have the defendant's name if it's a child? Like, I don't know.
It's something she'll have to look into maybe later.
Yep.
The last point that the mom brings up is the game is free.
Yeah. I don't know what this was about. Like, she said it a lot in the letter. I don't know why though. Like, yeah, that's true, but Epic
Yeah.
didn't say anything about it because it seems
they don't need to.
Yeah, it seems
They don't-
100% irrelevant. Like, they don't need to acknowledge something that's just irrelevant.
It's like, okay, the game is free.
At
You're
the
right.
very end,
You're
she
right, Mom.
said-
The game was free. Probably should have had a lawyer look at it.
At the very end, she said to play this free game in all caps, as though it was like the thing she was trying to drive home the hardest. But why? Like,
I think
why?
I think this is just Mom being angry kind
I
of a
guess.
thing.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's kind of a weird point to be making.
It is.
In the comments below, why don't you let us know whether or not you think that this minor should be sued by Epic? It's kind of shit on Epic's part.
Yeah, it's kind of a depressing question. I have a PhD in law. While you're down there, hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button to help us grow as a community. Hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever we post any content.
Glorious
The
bell
glorious
icon.
exclusive. I don't know which side it's on, but like somewhere in this general downward
Down there.
area. It's just, and it's the smallest button too. It tricks you because it's the most important button, but it's also super tiny. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. I'm Krug. You can get me at KrugQT on Twitter.
And I'm not Krug, and you cannot get me at KrugQT on Twitter.
It's good. There's
Yeah.
also Indigo. You can find him on Twitter probably somewhere.
Who's Indigo?
I don't know. Some guy.
Okay.
We've been GameGorgon. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Next time.
Bye.